Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I'll pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout.
Woo!
It's showtime, folks!
Look at it.
It really is beautiful, Clark.
Something else, huh, Russ?
Yeah, Dad.
Isn't it a beaut, Audrey?
She'll see it later, honey. Her eyes are frozen.
Out of Buffalo, New York, led by number 17, quarterback Josh Allen. Coming in with a record of 14 wins and 4 losses, the number 2 seed, the Buffalo Bills. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report, brought to you by Built-In Buffalo. I'm your host, Tommy. Joining me is the King Aramis. Man, didn't that get you a little bit hyped up there, huh?
Yo, that was raw. That whole man. Listen. I need you to send me a copy of that. I gotta play that before the game. That joint had me like, oh, I need to go lift some weights or something after that, man. Woo.
Yeah. Sheesh. Yeah. What up, Jason, man? So what is up, Bills Mafia? Are you ready? Today is the day, the AFC Divisional round, and many people have the Ravens winning today, including Vegas. I don't have it that way. Do you, King Aramis?
Not at all. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win convincingly today.
Damn! Hey, you heard it. You heard it here first. I love it, man. I love it. So, hey, let's talk. I wanted to talk to you about something because I didn't really get to talk to you much over the weekend. And I'm going to tell you this. Josh Allen's a little guilty of the whole flopping thing, too. I get it. It's tough. The whole, he sells out a little bit on it. I get that. But Patrick Mahomes is ridiculous at it. And I think I think the league has to figure something out, because watching that game yesterday, because I don't watch too many. I watch Red Zone, right? So I don't really concentrate on per every team. I don't watch their whole game their whole way, from the start to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But watching the Chiefs, watching Mahomes, and I don't recall him doing this as much, but boy, I guess he's done it this year, where he does this thing where he pretends to he's going to go out of bounds, but he kind of slows down. He's looking for that flag.
Oh, yeah.
He wants that. It's fucked up. I don't think it's right at all. And then he does another thing where he waits for the last second and he slides.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants, and they continue to call these flags. And I think they got to figure a way out. I think it's going to take upstairs or something like the second officials because that one where he slid, it wasn't, the two defenders hit their own helmets. So it wasn't even shot on him. And the other where he's still in bounds. What do you want the defender to do there? He could literally, and he's doing that on purpose, because if they don't, he's going to take off for a couple more yards or whatever. So what's your thought about what can they do moving forward? Because that's crazy. Even the announcers are like what do you want them to do as defenders? So what can they do? What can the league do? Because I understand they want to protect the quarterbacks, but at the same time, it's you got to feel for the defenders, and I don't know. I'm a little bit. I don't like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, and then it's probably not going to sound great if somebody wants something done about it, but I think the NFL is doing everything that they want to do right now and everything that they can do from a defensive standpoint as they can. When you think about what actually happened on that play where Mahomes was slowing down as he was going out of bounds and got pushed. I mean, the refs saw it. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't throw the flag at that point. So I do think that is one of the ways that you can get quarterbacks to stop doing that. If you don't gratify them when they do stuff like that, if you don't give them that benefit of the doubt and you just be consistent with that, eventually they'll stop doing it because they'll know, like, all right, I'm not getting these calls. Let me go, figure something else out. But in terms of what we see Mahomes do with the early, with the late slides and all that kind of stuff, all he's doing is just taking a page out of Tom Brady's book. We saw Tom Brady do this on a very consistent basis. And one of the things that Tom Brady did that was so annoying back then was he would actually cause injuries by sliding and keeping his foot up a little higher so that guys either got hit with the foot or they had to jump over him. And I think that might be, as much as it is annoying, I think that might have to be the textbook thing that quarterbacks start doing when they slide. Because think about what defenders usually go after or what they usually hit when a quarterback is sliding and a guy is diving over them. They usually hit the biggest thing that's there, which is the helmet. Right. Tom Brady avoided that by getting the foot up. So look, you're either going to jump all the way over me or you're going to jump to the side of me, whatever. Either way, I'm not going to get hit. But because quarterbacks are getting the flags for just a little graze on the helmet, they're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So unfortunately, I don't think there is going to be anything done until somebody gets seriously hurt. And it would probably have to be a very high profile player that goes to dive in or something like that, late and hits another teammate and they're both knocked out. We were close to that in the Texans game, but it would have to be something egregious like that.
Yeah, I agree. It just kind of like the NBA and flopping, right? Like I know they're trying to get rid of it, but it's so tough to like figure out. And like I said, I don't want, because I'm sure if there's going to be some Chiefs fans that watch this later or watch it now, whatever, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Josh Allen does." And listen, I get it. Like Josh Allen's guilty of it too. He does the LeBron James like he's been shot or something, right? And like goes flopping. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how the NFL can correct it, but I would say stuff like the helmet to helmets, like which wasn't there, they could, and they said they can actually change the ruling upstairs, and they didn't do it in that game, so I don't know. Ariola wants to know, afternoon fellas, can we take a minute to discuss Sean McDermott and his ability to take this team over the hump? Opening arguments, go. So I'll let you go.
Well, I greatly appreciate your kindness.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
How about this? We'll discuss it when they make the Super Bowl. How about that?
There you go. Callie Blitz. If we win today, we win in that Super Bowl, baby. Hey, Callie, man, what's up? And real quick, I want to say a special shout out to Built in Buffalo. Go ahead and subscribe, their YouTube channel and their Facebook and X. By the way, if you have TikTok, I'm so sorry. It's done with.
No, they brought it back today.
No way. So they
got
rid of it and brought it back?
Wife, she just told me
no
they brought
way.
it back.
Wow, that's so weird. Whatever's going on with the TikTok thing is Yeah, they paid somebody pretty sweet money. I never really use it, to be honest with you. So it's just funny. People are freaking out. Let's see here. So, and shout out to everybody in the chat real quick. Cycle, Jockey, Robert Wilson, Spears, Bills Talk, Ohio Against the World. Let's see here. Who else is in here? Robert Wilson, I appreciate you. And Callie Blitz, of course. So let's get to this game. So, by the way, what did you feel about that game yesterday, the end results, the Chiefs and Texans? Did it go as planned, or you thought you saw, did you see something there that you were like, the Chiefs can be, if we win today, we can beat the Chiefs. Did you see something? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I think what we saw the Bills do in the first game against the Chiefs during in the regular season, that is essentially what the Texans did. You know what I mean? They rushed they played coverage, and they forced they squeezed the pocket though. They didn't rush to get the sacks. They rushed them the way you would any mobile quarterback. You rush tight on the ends and you get push up the middle. and they allowed Mahomes to come to them. The only reason they got in trouble was Mahomes was able to squeak through, one hole and find Travis Kelce wide open. So it was really a busted coverage.
How does he get so open, by the way, all the time? Is it me or he just defenders for some reason just tend to let him go by? I don't understand the whole he's such. You would think you would be watching that dude, considering too, like they haven't really got much going outside of Kelce in the passing game. You know what I mean? Like the one guy you should be focused on. It just seems like defenses, like including us, sometimes we just do not. The guy just seems to find a way open. I don't know what it is, but
I think in this game, for the Texans in general, you got to understand they have the most sacks in the league, right? They're the best pass rushing team. They're highest in pressure percentage and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the guys in coverage, once they see their guys get close to a quarterback or box the quarterback in like that, in their mind, it plays over. Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But Mahomes is one of those guys where he's small enough to squeak through small holes, but still big enough to power through arm tackles and stuff that, of the defenders that are trying to grab onto him in the pocket. So, it's one of those things where, the Bills won't do that. The Bills are too disciplined. Sean McDermott is too disciplined, to allow his players to not think through the entire play. Like, you don't stop covering a guy until you see Mahomes on the ground or the ball on the ground, period. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's a mistake that the Bills are making.
Yeah, I hear you. If we get there, I mean, today's a big game. I think it's going to be a dogfight. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, look, man, I feel like the Chiefs' offense is just kind of like they were last year. It's kind of like dragging along, and their defense is pretty much keeping them in the games, and the Chiefs always wind up finding a way, and that's good coaching. That's coaching, and that's Patrick Mahomes. That's leadership. As well. You know what I mean? They got guys that are they know when to step up, and sometimes things just go their way. And it does. And sometimes that's what great teams sometimes have that about them. Things just happen. I mean, look at New England. A lot of time things went their way. Very rare that things not go their way. Very rare. And the Chiefs right now have that until somebody knocks them off. Right. And I think, and hopefully it's us if we get past today. Let's get to some of your comments real quick. Hopefully I called him Zoe. Hopefully Zay Flowers doesn't play. I don't think he is. I think he's a game time decision, but it looks like he's not going to play. Doubtful no-go, like 95%. Yeah, I don't think he plays.
It's an LCL's playing, man. That's hard to come back from so fast.
How do you feel? How do you two feel the Bills' offensive line will do against a Ravens' defensive line? I feel the Bills will run the ball adequately. To me, stats are always misleading. So I think our offensive line, the way it's been playing, if they could bring the same energy they brought last week, because I'll be honest with you, I thought last week's that was the best I've seen this offensive line play. I'm talking about from like just being aggressive, being just nonstop. I loved everything I saw from the offensive line. It's like they wanted to prove a point, right? Like we are not letting this Denver defensive line beat us, right? We heard everything going into the game. We're going to show that we're the dogs up front, right? And that was like, it's been a while. I mean, I'm not saying they're a good offensive line, but it's been a while for the playoffs that I've seen that offensive line actually step up and go, enough. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna win today, and I hope they do that against the Ravens. If they bring that same mentality, then yes, they will do just fine. What do you feel about the offensive line against the Ravens?
So one of the things in week 4 that we saw with the offensive line was it was technically week 7 of this year's offensive line build, which was different in a lot of ways from last year. So these guys are still getting used to each other and playing next to each other, through live bullets, right? Mm-hmm. So you got Spencer Brown, who was dealing with injuries through preseason. You got a center who's adjusting to his position. You got a guard who let's be honest, he's probably the worst
weakest
offensive lineman. Yeah, we had.
He's not terrible, but he's definitely
no. Yeah. Right. I'd say he's average. Right.
Right.
Average is fine. Average players usually have a decent career in the NFL. That's fine. But when you think about what that looks like in week 4, it's not going to be the best. You know what I mean? But these guys have now had 10, 12, 13 weeks after that to get it right, to get used to playing next to each other. One of the things we saw, and I think this gives a clear picture into the development of the offensive line. Very early on, our tackles were getting flagged like crazy.
Oh,
right?
yeah, big time.
Spencer Brown, Deion Dawkins, you know what I'm saying? They had to get used to the spacing. Okay, when you're an offensive line, when you're an offensive lineman and you're taking on a rush, you have to not only be aware of the space to the outside you're giving up, but you got to be aware of the space to the inside you're giving up. And for Deion Dawkins in particular, for him to be playing next to Edwards and getting used to what he's going to look like in pass coverage and stuff like that. Same thing with Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown is in a sense getting used to live bullets with a very improved Cybo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Torrance, yeah, dude.
Right. So for both our tackles, Deion Dawkins is more in a position to have to help the guard, but Spencer Brown was more in a position to have to get used to. Hey, I might not have to do that much, staying inside Cybo. Now I can give him some space and not let my guy beat me to the outside like Kyle Van Noy did several times in that Ravens game. So I think this is a much improved offensive line from that week 4 position, and I think they're going to be much better in this game.
I agree. I big time agree with that, man. By the way, speaking of the Lions, what a letdown last night. And I live in Detroit, just to let you guys know. And you know what's crazy, King? The way I am, bro, just in general, if anyone knows me, like, I respect any team that's been really bad for a long time that turn around. Like I don't care even if I hate the team. Like I give those, because I get it. Like we've been there, right? And I'm a Pistons fan, and we were bad for so long years ago, and we've turned it around and we won a championship in 2004. So I understand it. Like I get it. So I'm always like rooting for that. Like I'm like, hey, good. You know what? Good for you guys. And I live in Detroit. So I was like proud of them, like, and bro, these fucking Lions fans out of the woodwork were coming on our channel, just talking mad shit. I'm like, what is going on? And then I go to work. Then I'm like, all right, maybe it's something. And I go to work on Thursday night. I work at a sports bar. I'm a bouncer. Go there, and I don't talk shit. Anyone knows me. I'm very humble person. I talk on here. I tell you guys my opinion on why I think we'll win. That's it. But I don't really talk shit. I'm walking by his fucking Lions fan. He's like, yeah, fucking Buffalo fucking sucks. You guys are fucking I'm like, why are you coming? We're not even in your division. Why are you coming at me like that? And he's like, oh, you guys always, what is he like? You guys always fail in the play. I go, what are you talking? I go, bro, you haven't done anything. What are you talking about? What are we talking? And then he goes, and then here we go with the, you got lucky. You guys got lucky when you faced us. I go, all right, you know what?
Wow.
Oh, he goes, you got lucky because we had injuries. I go, tell you what, man, what happened? All right, so we got lucky injury. Okay. Week 2, you lost to Tampa. Were you guys injured? No, right? Shut the fuck up. I laughed, right? Yeah. So I cannot wait to see that guy, right? I can't wait to see him because listen, man, when you just starting to get good again, right? When you've been down in the dumps for so long, learn to be humble, guys. Right. Because they got humbled. They got humbled last night, big time, by the Commanders. Like, act like you. And by the way, I would say act like you've been there before, but they haven't, right? They're fairly new to this, but I hope this is a lesson learned because, man, I'm telling you, we had this problem with Vikings fans like a couple years ago. Remember when the Vikings beat us? I couldn't believe the amount of Viking fans that were coming and talking shit. I'm like, dude, I cannot wait for when you guys flop. And they sure did that year. Remember? Yep. Got in the playoffs. So, dude, I never wish bad on people's teams, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, bro, like, guys, man, know your place, man. And until you did do something, then you can fucking pump your chest out and say, yeah, we're the bad boys in town. Like, you know what I mean? If it was a Chiefs fan, I'd be like, hey, all right, you know what I mean? Like, you earned that. Yeah. You got that. Like, I get it. I still want to talk shit, but I get it. Like, you got that. What can I say? But you're a fucking Lions fan talking that trash. And now, boy, all day today, by the way, on sports radio, oh, fucking golf. See, it's a problem. Golf. Before that, if you live in Detroit, the thing here, Aramis, is Jared Goff. They chant Jared Goff's name. It's so cheesy. And all day today on the sports radio was Goff has to go, bro. He's not. And I'm like, damn, it's so funny how fans flip just like that. Yeah. Well, Goff's not the answer. Goff's not the answer. I'm like, damn.
I can tell you right now, it's probably going to come to that, because with Bobby Johnson leaving this offseason and Aaron Glenn possibly leaving this offseason, that team it's going to take a dive next season.
Dude, it's going to be tough. By the way, we got the inactive spin, always bringing it. Inactives. This is a shocker. I'm going to shock the shit out of everybody. Cornerback Kyrie Elam is inactive.
No way.
I know. This is thank you, Spin. I mean, I cannot believe it. But yeah, Mike White, emerged quarterback. Connaughton is inactive. That sucks. I was hoping he'd be. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Last week, I thought Shakir did spectacular, and I'm cool with him. Now, of course, I would prefer Connaughton because I don't want the injury factor to play in. But I'm cool with. I feel comfortable with Khalil back there, as you know, if he has to fill in, and it just sucks, but it is what it is. SVP is not playing. RVD, Dwayne Carter is out, and Virgil, who we keep calling up just to, I don't know, for
you know what this tells me. This might be a sneaky
Ray Davis. Oh, Ray Davis is active. Wow. Okay, sorry about this. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
See that okay, it's good. So this is a sneaky indicator that the Buffalo Bills are going to do a lot of running today, and they're going to be throwing outside a lot today, because if they're willing to put Khalil Shakir in that position to face that kind of rush and possibly get hurt, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're saying two things. First thing they're saying is it's worth the risk of him making a big play to him getting injured, and if he gets injured, it won't destroy our game plan. Anytime you take a guy that important to your offense and you put him back there, come on, man.
Well, we did it with Hyde. Remember, Hyde used to be that guy that would step up when we needed. And I think Coach
now in a playoff game, like a big playoff game.
It is. I get it, but who else going to put back there? I wouldn't honestly at this point. Like I wouldn't put. I don't know if I trust anyone else. You get what I mean? Because we've had problems with returnment. I get it.
I get what you're saying, but you have to if that's the case, then that's more of an indicator that Sean is going into this game tight. Because if he's saying I can't trust the rookie, right? That's what I'm saying. Is I do not want to even entertain that's a thought that my head coach has right now. Because if it is, we in trouble already.
Well, let's hope not. Paid in full from X coming in. Bills by 10. I think
that's what I got.
I do like the Bills by 10, but you're double questioning it though. All right, Cali Bliss. All right, Jimmy Key, tell me, my boy, we love you, boy. You call it like it is. I do call it like it is. So does King. King always does. GP, I just did 2 Buffalo Stuntman shots. Swap the lime juice with hot sauce. Damn. All right, well, get to it. I hope there's a bathroom near. Cali Blitz, Rams fumble the ball. Yes, they did. Big time fumble. And that's a good game, by the way. It started off nice, like weather-wise, and it is snowing over there pretty bad now in Philly. So what's the score on that Philly game? I know it was tight. I think Rams got a safety. Now they fumbled, and Philly may have scored. Scott, I stuck my face in a fan turn on high for game prep. All right. Okay. Cali Blitz, I lived through the 4 Super Bowl losing losses. Nothing fades me anymore. Yeah, dude, I did too. And it was tough, man. And then the 17 years following, like pretty much the drought years. I mean, it wasn't following right after, but you all know what I mean. It wasn't pretty after the Super Bowl runs. That decline started happening. The team started getting old. And then Marv left, and then Jim retired, and then it was downhill from there for a long fucking time. Looking for a big night from Von Miller. This is the game we brought him for. Who said? I was watching pregame today. I forget who it was. Maybe Mooch said he's going to get 2 sacks. I'll take 1. Fuck, like just bring me something today, Von. We need you. We definitely need Von. Let's go, Buffalo. Ellen from Facebook. Thank you for watching. Roy, remember those back-to-back 2 and 14 seasons? The 80s. I wasn't watching in the early 80s. I started in 89. So luckily, I came at a great time. And then of course, I had to live through some really shit times too. What you drinking on? I am drinking this new Hawaiian beer called Kona. I don't know. It's okay. I always try new beer here and there, but Corona Premier is still the top dog for me. Mr. Fulton, the most interesting man in the chat. I told you, this guy has everything going. He always something going on. Mr. Fulton, tomorrow's his big 26th birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Mr. Fulton, man. Will Clapp was also elevated from the practice squad. He is active. All right, Will Clapp, clapping something. So they go clap over SVG. Not sure how to take that. I think I almost feel like they're just not ready yet for him. I think they want him to have that offseason with Cromer to just keep on working on his game, his craft, that is. Because I think he is, and I think they know this. He's the future at center.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not next year, but they're prepping him. They're definitely prepping him for that position. But maybe they're just not comfortable just yet, and that's okay. Like I get it. Right now we're fine. It's not like, put it this way, if McGovern was struggling or something, or really kind of like hurting or whatever, playing with a hurt or something, I would say maybe, but he's fine. Like we've been relatively healthy on the offensive line over the last 2 years. Knock on wood, right? Jason had 24-19 Bills. Hey, yeah, that's right. Tush push time. Yeah, yep. Is it? Oh, okay. So Phillies, by the way, 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they're going for a field goal right now. Oh, did they make it? I'm probably behind.
Yep, they made it.
All right, so 1950. By the way, their kicker's terrible. I'm shocked that he made it. That Elliott guy has been missing all season. Missed an extra point in this game. Surprised he made that.
It takes a snowstorm and make him play well. That's all it is.
Yeah, so 19-15, still a really good game. Sophia, hey, how you doing? Hey, Tommy, I was a Portland Trailblazer fan, loving their back in the 80s. I remember the Pistons beating them in the 90s finals. I still hate Bill Laimbeer. I see that. Yeah, Bill Laimbeer wasn't liked by many, but he was a tough son of a bitch. He wasn't much of a offensive guy, but he was just a get under your skin, bother you. Very much like Dennis Rodman, but Dennis Rodman was just a freak as far as defense goes, rebounds goes. And I started watching the Pistons. Unfortunately for me, when I really got into the Pistons was just after the finals, and they started to, same with the Bills. They started to decline, and Thomas got old, Bill got old, coaches, left. But the team I loved, and if you guys remember, and it probably will never be a team like this, I just don't see it happening in basketball ever again, is the 2004 Pistons. You will never see a team with no stars, pretty much, no stars, that was all defense. I think they had a record at King, 8 straight or 10 straight games holding a team under 70 points. That's unbelievable.
That's the one with Wallace and Ripley.
Chauncey, Rip Hamilton, Big Ben, Rasheed Wallace. It was just a team. It was just a team. Like a team that they just played to get. Like it was crazy. You will never get. I'm telling you will never see that again. Yeah, it's a rarity. Like, bro, if you're held under 100 now, like if team bare, like most teams are scoring 90s, 80, high 80s, 90s, 100s, like. No, 70s rare, bro. And we did it like 10 straight games, and then we beat the Lakers, and everybody had the Lakers winning. So it was just unbelievable. That was an unbelievable team. I just don't think you'll ever see that again. And I gotta be honest with you, with this Buffalo Bills team, and I'm not saying they're like the 2004 Pistons, because we do have a superstar and Josh Allen, but outside that, because me and Mikey were talking about this, King, and maybe you agree, maybe you don't. We really don't have a bigger star than John. Like that's it. Like John, like most teams have a couple, right? On defensive side, offensive side, just got just a freak. I play him Josh is really defense. We're good. We have a lot of good guys, but nobody like the Chiefs have Jones and Mahomes on the other side. You know what I mean? Like there's I just feel like we have just a bunch of good guys playing together. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Just making this thing work. Is that how you see this team this year?
Yeah, 100%. I think this team is, well, first and foremost, we've never since the teams of the 90s won to the Super Bowl, we've never had a superstar like this. Like, there's not one player that you can name in Buffalo Bills history aside from maybe O.J. Simpson that was on this kind of level, right?
Mhm.
And I'm talking everybody. Like, Bruce Smith, okay, maybe. He put up the numbers, but he was always quiet. He was never in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I'm talking superstar, I'm talking about a guy that's out there that everybody knows. Everybody knew Juice. Everybody knows Josh, right? So I that's the reason I put those two guys together. But in terms of everybody else that we've had, it's just like every other team, even drought teams. Like, we've had a lot of guys come in here that were great players, but because they came from small schools or because they came from backgrounds that people didn't expect them to take to get to the NFL and stuff like that, they were more manufactured stars in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the team with Fitz and Stevie Johnson and David Nelson and Donald Jones and those boys.
Forgot about David Nelson. Yeah, Donald Jones. Wow, he's taking me back.
Like, listen, I mess with those boys heavy when they went 5-0 and they was getting on ESPN and all that. Like, I loved that team because, you know, Stevie's one of my favorite players. But like, even at that point, it's more manufactured stardom than anything else. Is because they're in Buffalo, they're winning games, and those are the best guys on the team, not because they're on Josh's level or OJ's level. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, it's just what it's always been. I don't mind it.
So we got this weird comment here. It says Buffalo sucks, Josh Allen.
Okay.
I have no idea what that means. But that's what I gotta say. I have no idea the comment, but okay, I guess we suck, Josh. I have no idea what that means. That's fine. Okay. We have Clyde Drexler. Clyde the Glide. I like him, man. I miss that old school Buffalo, old school basketball. Let's see here. GP tip for going out in the weather tonight. Clip down all your nails, dunk your hands in a bowl of hot sauce and throw on your gloves. You're welcome. All right. Well, that's interesting. I won't be going out. I'll be staying in the warm house today.
You'll be too much pain to think about. That's a good tip.
T.O. Okay, but T.O. Yes.
He wasn't born here.
Right.
And I'm not saying born in Buffalo,
here.
He wasn't, like, we didn't bring him. He wasn't drafted here. I mean, is what I'm
saying.
Right.
You know what's funny? Back in, God, I don't remember I wish I remember the year, bro. But
really, by that logic, you can say Mario Williams too.
Absolute too. You're right, Mario Williams. Back in the day, I came up here for a bachelor party when I used to live in South Florida, and then I came to Detroit for a bachelor with my cousin. And I forget what year it was, but my cousin's like, "Yo, man, I want to introduce you to this guy, man. He just got on the Buffalo Bills. He just signed with the Bills. His name's George Wilson. I never heard of the guy. Never knew the guy. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I met Josh Reed, and cool dude. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm a receiver. I'm trying to make the team. I don't know if I will. Remember, because he was a receiver initially. And I'm like, dude, really, really nice guy. And then I go watch that year, and they convert him to safety, and he winds up being a really good safety. And I'm like, hey, I met that guy at a damn. I won't say what went on at that bachelor party, but he had a good time. All right, George Wilson had a fun time there, right? Anyways, but yeah, it's funny. Those teams were bad the drought years, but there was a lot of awesome players, like you said, like really like guys that I like. I'm like, damn, dude, like that guy's so cool, like Roscoe and Lee Evans and obviously Eric Moulds and Nate Clements, dude, like McGee, you know what I mean? Like just guys that we were like, damn, it sucks that we were so bad because these guys were good, bro. You know what I mean? They could have like, if they were just on a better team, like maybe been a bigger name. You get what I mean? Like, like I really truly feel Eric Moulds is a Hall of Fame worthy if he played somewhere else, man. It's just unfortunately he was here. And
I'll put it like this: my favorite all-time Bills defense ever, and people are probably crucifying me for this, but the 2003 Bills defense with Ted Washington, Pat Williams, Takeo Spikes, Lyndon Fletcher, Jeff Posey, Nate Clemens, Antoine Winfield, all those boys.
London.
Like, if you want to talk about an all-time defense, all you do is you take Bruce Smith off the 90s team, put him on that team, and it's over for everybody.
Dude, and we had the problem with Takeo, he didn't stay healthy long with us. Yeah. But dude, he was a dog, man. And then London Fletcher was just so disciplined and so good. And Pat and bro, like Ted, man, like yeah, bro. That was a good team, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the current team.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, the Buffalo Bills. Ted Washington was fun to watch. Yeah, he was. He was like a damn apartment building on that line. He was huge. I was ready for this game against Baltimore to start days ago. Got sick of the media real quick. Yeah, and that's why you got to listen to me and King Aramis, Big King Aramis here to talk Bills and Ravens. So, all right, so we're getting a lot of, or at least I did, or me and Mikey did on Friday. Some Ravens fans, they like to bring up the score in week 4. They like to bring up week 4, and it's crazy to me. It's like, dude, that was a long ass time ago. We're here now. You're in Buffalo for a reason, because you could have left that game and went on a run, but you didn't, and you lost the teams you shouldn't have. And now you're in Buffalo, and it's a totally it's a totally different game now. It's like totally 2 different teams, to be honest with you, like from what we met that day. I feel, at least for Buffalo, right? We are way healthier, way different mindset, way different on offense. We didn't have Amari at the time. We weren't really, I don't think we were totally locked into Joe Brady's offense yet. We were still kind of finding our way. I don't feel like our offensive line was quite there yet, though they were playing good. They just weren't quite there yet. Maybe, and that was scheme 2, trying to adjust to everything. But I feel like, man, it's been night and day since really after that Houston game. Once we got Amari, we've played some really good football offensively, and we're just a different team than we played them that week. And also, too, I don't go back to what happened in the regular season. I could give 2 shits. You think Kansas City, if we do play them, gives a shit and that we beat them in the regular season? They could care less. They could care less.
Right.
So, look, man. Today, here's the deal, man. For the win, for us to beat the Ravens today, it's real simple, and it's really what I've been saying all playoffs. You have to start strong. You have to get some defensive stops early. You have to, and the offense has to score touchdowns. They cannot settle for field goals. Last week, that was the one knock that I will say the Buffalo Bills didn't do well, was red zone. 1 for 5, and if you want to call the last one, scratch it because of we were just kneeling the ball down. 5. We were 1 for 4. Unacceptable. Can't do that in big games, right? You need to put point. You need to put 7 up instead of 3. You have to. So we need to do that today against the Ravens. We need to get that cushion, and I don't want to see us behind at halftime like it was when we played in week 4. We need to be ahead. And I feel like if we're ahead in this game, we'll ride the storm out. Now, I will say this. I do think that Sean McDermott will, if we do get a cushion, you will see what he did against the Lions. It will happen. Meaning he will tighten up a little bit. He'll go soft zone. But I feel like this offense still will just like the Lions game, do enough to get a win.
Because at that point it's more trading field goals for touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Trading field goals for time, I guess.
Exactly. So that's how I want to see the game go. Look, you're not going to totally stop Derrick Henry either. Like, I get that. It's just not reality. If you could slow him down some, that's really what I want to see. But I really feel like the early stops is key. If you can get them off the field early, and like I'm talking about in the first half, first quarter, whatever, and we can gain a little bit of cushion, I feel like that momentum and everything like that will go in our favor. If we don't, the offense is going to have to play out of their mind today. Meaning, if the defense gives up an early touchdown and gives up another touchdown, like we did that last week, we gave up an early one, but they bounced back and kept getting stop after stop. The problem is with the Ravens, we didn't do that when we played them the last time. We didn't get stop after stop. They just kept going and going and going. So if the Bills can start out, on both sides of the ball, come out the gate swinging, then we'll be in good shape. How do you feel this game's going to go?
So I think with Zay Flowers being out, they lose, the Ravens do. They lose what makes their offense dynamic. The run game is not going to be a superpower in this game because the Buffalo Bills are going to be ready from a technical standpoint. They're going to be ready to shoot gaps. They're going to be ready to make the right reads. They're going to be ready to be in position to get to the spot before the blocker can. right? So I think the run game is going to be pedestrian today. I don't anticipate Henry having huge numbers. He might not even crack 70 yards, to be perfectly honest with you. So listen.
Whoa.
Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. So the other reason that this becomes a possibility is with our offense being intact the way it is, with our offense being as multiple as it is to give a bunch of different looks and the strength of our run game, we're going to be able to run clock and hold possession. We're going to be able to move the ball as needed, right? This is a Ravens team that relies heavily on their pass rush to make things easy on their secondary. Their secondary is all right? They got some good players. Kev Hamilton is not a deep safety. He's not a playmaker in the pass game. He's more of a playmaker in the run game and down low. He's more of a box safety. So when you look at what the Bills want to do as far as attacking this team, it's on the outside. And they're going after Brandon Stevens. And the cool part about it is you have Coleman out there and you have Cooper out there. So whoever's on Stevens can win that matchup. And we know that now. We've seen that. So,
yeah.
So, for all of that exists currently, and then taking into consideration the additions that we get and the subtractions that they have, I'm extremely confident in this game. Even if it's just a 1-point win, I don't care. I think the Bills are coming away with the victory today. And then add into all that, all the disrespect that we've been getting, the first time in 42 some odd games that we've been a dog at home in the playoffs as a 2 seed. Are you kidding me? Come on.
I got you. And this team seems really calm, man. Like really calm, ready to go. Honestly, man. And for as much shit as I give McDermott, he has changed a little this year, and that's for a good. That's a good thing, right? He's doing things that I didn't expect him to do. He's a little bit more loose, a little bit more aggressive on offense at times. Now there's sometimes he still reverts back to the old McDermott where I'm like, ugh. But he has changed a little bit. Roy saying Cooper and Coleman need to show up this game, and I agree with that, especially the first one there, Cooper. And I do think this is a game where Cooper actually could play a significant role. I do. Yeah. He's been quiet a couple, last 2 or 3 games. But it's coming. Like I'm telling you guys, and this is a big moment, big game. Cooper will show up today. I don't know so much about Coleman, but I do trust Coleman. I just feel like I don't know if Josh and him are totally on the same page yet. And same with Cooper, but I just feel like Cooper, being the veteran that he is, and a guy that's was on top of his, as far as one of the top dogs in the league for a while. And I still feel like he has still something in the tank. He's going to show out today. I really believe that. But we'll find out. Got to get Henry low to stop him because he has a mean stiff arm. Yeah, we all are aware of that. Who got stiff arm that one time? The one dude who's not on the team, the corner that we kept bringing back.
Oh, Josh Norman?
Yeah, Norman. Yeah, my God. Let's go Buffalo. Chris 716. It's our revenge tour. Yeah, I get you. Let's see here. Just saying, Run D needs to be dominant. Let's go Buffalo. It does, right? And I will say this too. Ed Oliver needs to show up this game too. You have to push. He has to get penetration in the middle there. Him and Daquan. You have to get penetration in the middle. That's what she said. But you have to, right? I had to throw out there before somebody else.
It was smooth, bro. It was smooth.
Dr. Jekyll, you're right. When the Bills, so Robert, when the Bills win today, I hope all the people on the East Coast has their flood insurance paid because the national media and Ravens fans will be crying rivers. They will be. And listen, and I keep telling you guys, even if we win today, they'll never credit the Buffalo. I don't know what it is, but it'll be what did the Ravens do wrong more so than what did Buffalo did right. So
Zay Flowers
just ignore. Play. Yeah, it's all right. Just they're in Buffalo and it's cold. Like just ignore the outside. Like just enjoy it. Let's just take care of business today. And really, if we do, then we have another showdown in Kansas City. And that will be an interesting one. But I'm not looking ahead. I want today to be today, right? Today we need to take care of business. Yeah. McDermott, Coach of the Year, Tattoo Tommy. Yeah, I told you I get it. I have no problem with it. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
No. You're good. I was just gonna say, like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, with all the people that have been showing up in my comments and on the show live and all that, Ravens fans. All I've said to them is, listen, I hope y'all win. Y'all better hope y'all win, because if y'all don't, I'm on y'all tail the whole rest of the week.
Oh yeah.
I'm not letting y'all live this down. Right. All the stuff y'all been talking. Coming at us talking about Josh ain't this and the Bills ain't this. Okay. You better hope you right, because if not, man, listen, I'm gonna be the loudest person in Buffalo.
Oh, dude. So let me see if I have it. I had let's see here. I don't know if I have it on. Let me see if I. So I posted something. Yeah. Oh, I do. I think I do. I posted something the other day, and is this it right here? I think this is it. Hold on, let me find it. I posted this and I took it off because I'm like, you know what? I do have some friends over here that are Lions fans, but they pissed me off. So I did this, and somebody was like, "Why are you being mean to Detroit?" So I'm like, I guess I'll take it off. But let me see. I don't know if I have it or not. Hold on. Oh, God. Give me a minute, folks. I want to see if I have it, because I don't know if anyone saw that I posted this. Let's see here. Is this it? Hold on, guys. Let's see here. I want to make sure. Oh, that's not it. Damn it. I thought I had it. I don't have it. Anyways, it was, I made a video of Lions fans. Like, they were basically cheering Jared Goff's name in my bar. My boss like posted like a video like Jared Goff. And then I recorded it off my phone, and then I played this right after like that.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Somebody was like, "Why are you being mean?" And I'm like, "All right," but it was so funny because they're like, "Jared Goff."
You sure about that?
Yeah, right.
That's great.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh," and then I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll take it down. I don't want to be like that guy." But yeah, let me tell you, like I told you today on the radio, they were, for as much as they were, and then I heard the MVP chants in the game. I'm like, oh, guys. And then today, fuck, he's the worst. Get him out of town. Yeah. I'm like, damn, fans, man. Anyways, back to this game. So I do got, let's see here. The big three will go over. What time is it right now? 5 hours. We got time. Game starts at 6:30, folks. So we're still good. Let's get to some causes for concern, which is my silent co-host. Never talks back. This is great. All right, Ravens. Yeah, it's perfect, man. Perfect. Ravens defense playing at a high level. All right, the Ravens defense has put together an impressive stretch of play to end the regular season and into the playoffs. And in their last 5 games played, they haven't allowed more than 17 points in total. The Ravens allowed 21.2 points per game this year, good for 8th in the NFL. On the season, they're ranked top 10 in both defense passing, 8th, and defensive rushing, 4th. They posted the second most sacks in the NFL this year with 54, and they allowed a league low 80.1 rushing yards per game. A pretty good combination for a team that is seemingly finding its stride down the backstretch of the season. So what do you feel about that Ravens defense that has been playing better? Do you think it's a little bit overhyped here?
100%, especially
considering who they played.
Yeah, the last 5 weeks of the season, who did they play? And then on top of that, in their division, what quarterbacks did they play? You know what I mean? Right. Joe Burrow wasn't, Joe Burrow's been good all season, but that Bengals defense has been horrible, and Burrow has had to overcome that, right? And we saw what the Bengals started like, at the beginning of the season. So I just listen. The Ravens have benefited in the same way that the Buffalo Bills have benefited from playing some very bad teams in their own division, right? So both teams have that going for them. But when it comes to the rest of the schedule for the Ravens, when they came up against the top tier teams in the league, they lost to both of them. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Chiefs. What did the Bills do? The Bills beat both number 1 seeds. So as we went through the season, we saw the Bills on a progressive, constant curve up, and
Absolutely.
the Ravens kind of started high and just kind of rode that, but defensively they were going down like crazy, and then they played bad teams at the end of the season, and now all of a sudden they're number one defense. Like, who did you play? You know what I mean? So look, they have good defensive players. I'm not disrespecting those guys. I'm not taking anything away from the guys that they have, but I think they're a little overrated in terms of what they've actually accomplished this season. And that's all under the umbrella of you lost your coordinator. You know what I mean? It's year one of a new coordinator. So you're not going to be the same defense, and that was to be expected. But look, this is going to be a tough matchup. Let's give the Ravens.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
At the end of the day, all this top 10 diva, like, it sounds great, but look, we got Josh Allen, and nobody is stopping this offense this season. Nobody.
Exactly.
So we gotta let that go.
Right, exactly. Sophia coming in. King Aramis has been an awesome addition to the pregame show, and listen, we ain't stopping. Right, this is a thing moving forward, man. King Aramis and me, man, we just like this, man. Peanut butter and jelly up in this moment, right? So,
Surprise, motherfucker! The king is back.
All right, even got that for you.
You got to play that now at the beginning of every show.
I did.
That's great. I love that.
Oh, man. Philly scores again. It's 28-15. Yes, they did. And, of course, their kicker missed an extra point again. It's 2 missed extra points in this game. I don't give it. By the way, what is with kickers lately? Like, I hate, I'm such a stickler when, like, points are left off the board. Like, points, easy, right? Extra points. Like, fucking dude, are you kidding me right now? I don't give a shit what kind of weather it is. You make your guy, like, you have one job. And that goes for Tyler Bass, too. Like, I don't want to hear about how fucking snowy it is or windy. Dude, you're paid to be, that's your job, bro. You need to make your extra point. Like, how are you missing 2 extra points? That is unacceptable. And by the way, he missed the first one in this game before it started snow, so I don't want to even hear it. That had to do with the snow. That guy's been terrible all year. And Bass has missed 5 this year. It drives me insane, bro. Because, bro, you never know. That one point could come up and haunt you, man. And you don't think about it in the course of a game, and you look back and you lose by a point. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, shit, that's right.
Yep.
Fucking Tyler fucking Bass missed the extra point in the second quarter.
Yep.
And I think that happened in the Lions game yesterday, too. I believe and luckily it didn't haunt him, the Commanders guy, and he missed the field goal at the end that would have really totally sealed the deal, but he missed it and it was still 14 points. Anything could happen, bro, until zero's on the clock, you never know. You never know. What if the Lions go down and score right away on a deep bomb? There's still 2 minutes left and they onside. By the way, the Lions onside kick game is fucking on point. Like they're really good at that shit. They almost got it against them, like perfect kick, man. It just they're so tough to get, but man, like they're on point. Whoever that special teams guy is, coaches, bring them on over here because our guy Smiley is terrible. So this game is over. It's 28-15, 4 minutes ago. Rams are driving. But I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, it's 4 minutes. I know. I just said until the clock is over. I mean, if the Rams can come down here.
Go ahead. I was looking at the defender that started limping after that.
Okay, so you're ahead. Yeah, you're a little ahead of me. Brian says, F out of here, clown. Oh, okay. So once again, I have no idea what that means, but
okay.
For every comment that you guys leave that I have no idea what or just doesn't make sense, you'll get that from me because I really don't even. I'm the clown. Someone's a clown. Who's a clown? I don't know. If I'm a clown, that's cool. I mean, I don't know. Am I a clown? I don't know. Maybe sometimes.
It's probably me. It's probably. I think in this particular show, I've been talking most stuff about Ravens. So
okay. All right. Yeah, I don't really look, man. It is. I don't know. Ravens fans haven't been that crazy yet in my chats. I'll be honest with you. I've had a couple that were, but our worst so far this year, or at least that I've ever dealt with since doing this, has been the ultimate is the Minnesota fans. people from Minnesota are actually really nice. So I was shocked because usually, like I said, people from they're very just very nice people, and they were the rudest people ever. And I remember, dude, no joke, I did a video because I was so heated, bro. I'm like, fuck you. Dude, I did a whole video. I don't have it. I wish I saved it, bro. I deleted it. I should have made it unlisted. But I'm like, you Viking fans, you know what? You want to fucking on here? You want to talk your shit? You know what? I hope you fucking lose now. I hope you remember this shit, bro. And then I had all these Viking fans commenting because I had it up for a little bit. Like, hey man, we're good. Why would you do this? Why are you wishing us bad luck? I'm like, not all Viking fans. I'm like, yeah, well, go look at my fucking comments. Right. Every fucking day, you guys are leaving comments after that game. You act like you kicked our ass. That was a good game that came down to a fucking crazy fumble in the end zone by Josh. Like, get the fuck out of here. But I'm like, all right, I hope you fucking, I was like, I hope you guys fuck.
Yep.
But then I'm like, I guess I got to take that down. I was just angry. Brian says,
game ain't over yet, just so you know.
Brian was replying to some dude in here saying Buffalo and JA-17 sucks. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell that guy then. All right, once again. Okay. You know, whoever that guy is, he probably left because they don't like to stick around most of the time. And if they do, they're repetitive. You ever notice that? They're like we had one guy Friday. He kept saying the score. What was it, 35-10 versus 35-17 the last time we played him?
35-10.
Yeah, and he kept putting in the chat 35-10, 35-10, 35-10. I'm like, dude, like on it, like, okay, now I got to block you. Like that's all you got to say. Like, I don't mind if you come on here and be like, bro, we're gonna win because Derrick Henry's gonna do that. All right, we can talk about that. But if you're just going to be repetitive, bro, you don't want. Oh, by the way, Rams just scored a touchdown, so it's not over. Right? Yep. Not over yet. And plenty of time. Yeah, you don't even need an onside kick. I don't think if they got their timeouts.
Nope.
I don't know how many they got, but yeah, there's time. So it's football, man. Football. It's not over until the fat lady sings, right?
And they're only down by 6. Touchdown wins it, man.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And in this kind of weather too, anything can happen. Fumble, like. Ball's wet. Slippery, that's what she said. All right. Let's get to the next one. Let's see here. The force that is Derrick Henry. Yep, the king. When these teams met in week 4 this year, Henry ran all over the Bills. He ran for 199 yards, including an 87-yard scamper for a score on his first carry. On the year, Henry racked up 1,921 yards. Good for second in the NFL behind Saquon Barkley. He also ran for 16 touchdowns, which tied James Cook for the most in the NFL. In last week's win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, Henry ran for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns and 26 carries. Teams that have stacked the box against the Ravens at the second highest rate in the NFL of 28.3, and yet they are still allowing Henry to pick up big chunks on the ground. The Bills will need to limit his production if they want to take control of the game. Yeah. Limit, yes, you're going to have to. Yeah, you can't allow a big run, which we tend to do. Like we tend to allow that big run, chunk run. If we can control that this game, if we can limit that big chunk runs, we'll be all right. He's going to get his yards. Like guys, like don't get over. He may have 135. Yeah, I'm just saying he may have that, but I don't want 199. I don't want an 87-yard scamper to the house either. You know, it seems like, and sometimes when I notice when we play Henry too, or some of these better running backs, we always give up a one big play, and then our defense usually settles in. Yep. And from that point on, they don't have too many more, right? You know what I mean? Like, who was it earlier this year? The Colts running back. He had like 107 yards. I can't believe I don't. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, so he had like 103 yards, 107 by half. And then he had 7 or 3 yards in the second half. So like we tend to do that. So just if we eliminate the big run, I think, like you said, we may keep him around 100 or slightly under 100. Yeah. But that big run is really what kills us every time. Especially,
and that'll be a great day. You know, a little under 100, that'll be a great day for the Bills.
Oh, it'd be great. Dude, I don't expect that. I expect at least, I'll be honest, like he's going to get a little over 100. And that's okay. As long as it's throughout the whole course of the game. It's not like a crazy long, you know what I mean? Like, because if he breaks one loose again, 80 yards, it's going to be, like I said, once again, man, it could be a snowball effect, and we're just not. Our offense is going to have to respond every time. So we'll see. I would say this though too. The only thing that not worries me because it's worrying me, but the only thing I will say is we need to really play that RPO that they do. We need to really not get fooled in those RPOs because they were killing Pittsburgh on that. And Pittsburgh had a terrible game plan, which was just to go after the running back every single RPO. And Lamar was just absolutely shredding it because he knew. So you can't do that. You got to just follow the ball. You got to follow the ball. You have to. You got to stay in your lanes. And, that's how I see it, man. But don't because he will take it to the house. Don't get fooled up in that. Ravens have. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
So I think in terms of beating the run in this game, though, first of all, the Bills, the first time we played the Ravens, we actually ran base set. I think it was on 30, almost 40 snaps, right? Out of a total of 78, almost 40 of those we ran base set, and then the other little over 40 we ran nickel. You know what I'm saying? So I do think we're going to be in good position on down and distance where we know we need to run the stop. We need to stop the run to have Matt Milano shoot those gaps, right? Matt Milano is one of our best blitzers, and so is Dorian Williams. Those are two guys that I can see the Bills sending to shoot that gap before Henry can get there. Let's keep in mind when you can get Travis Henry, when you can get Derrick Henry,
I say that all the time. Good old Travis Henry.
When you can get Derrick Henry to shift his momentum before the line of scrimmage, he loses his effectiveness as a runner. The numbers will bear out. He needs to be able to run north and south, and when he loses momentum and has to shift to the side or shuffle or anything like that, he does not have the acceleration to then pick back up and still get 20 yards. He will only get about maybe 3 to 5 after that, if he's lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else would have to be out of position for that to happen. He's just too slow in acceleration to get away from, that initial shift to be able to make everybody miss and still go off on you. So I think that's what the Bills are going to focus on in this game, is just shooting the gaps, making Derrick Henry have to shuffle his momentum and change direction, and then he loses his effectiveness. If he has to run to the outside, the Bills got him. We got too much speed on defense.
Yep. This comment says, who cares? You're going to lose KC once again. All right.
Okay.
All right. So and then you got you got Lamar sends Bills to Cabo. Okay.
Cyborg was popping in there on my show too, man.
Was he? Oh man, that's okay. So you're all right. Baltimore isn't ready for Buffalo weather. We'll see. Sometimes we're not ready for our weather, so I hope we are, right? Because believe it or not, there's been games where we weren't ready for our own weather in our own stadium, like home field advantage, and we play like shit. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not. I can't, because we've been in this situation before, and I'm like, hey, what is Cincy going to do with their shitty offensive line and our home field advantage with the snow? And they fucking dominated. So I am not saying shit about that. Yep. I got to see it first. Yep. By the way, the Rams got the ball back. They just punted. So 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Rams down by 6. They could win this game, and it wasn't looking good for a minute. Remember?
Yep.
People. Here we go. This is it. They could literally just kill the clock here, get downfield, and win the game. Couldn't this be it's crazy. And by the way, all the teams, up until this weekend, the Lions lost, but we played all of these teams. Like every team that we either won or lost is again in the playoffs right now. Baltimore, we lost. Chiefs, we won. Texans, we lost. They're out. Lions, we won. They're out. Rams are in it still. Like, that's crazy, bro. Yeah. Every team except for the Eagles, right? Every fucking team. That's wild. And the Commanders. Sorry, the Commanders too. Yeah. Let's see here. Michael, my team's not in this fight, but I will say hometown team making it to the Super Bowl would be pretty cool. Yep. Let's see here. What's he saying here now? Stop dreaming, King Henry. I will say this too. Anyone that's they never do, by the way. They never do. But if you're in here and you're a Baltimore fan or whatever, I go live post game, win or lose, right away. I'm probably the first podcast that goes live literally like 5 minutes after the game ends. I'm here. Yeah. And I have no problem with you guys coming back on. And if we lose, listen, it is what it is. Be respectful. But you can come on here and be like, hey, I told you, King, whatever the hell you got to say. But if we win, I expect the same thing. Come on back. But you never do. You never do.
That's true.
It never happens. And I'm always telling you guys, I'm not hiding. I'm right here. I told win or lose. I take it, man. So come back, please. Win or lose, and you can tell. We'll talk then. We will talk then. But I understand listen, I get you're going to be confident with your team. I understand that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Rams get the touchdown, then miss the extra point. Can you imagine that? And I would be so pissed, dude. Like, just because I can't stand fucking kickers lately. Philly's getting hammered with snow. I love it. Yeah, man. And it started off no snow. Let's see. Oh, Cyborg again. We stomp with all capital letters, by the way. I get it. Okay, you wanna yell from the rooftop.
We have to believe it now. In all caps.
Oh, I love how they have to repeat, and you have to go with the
17 fires. Yeah,
you love living off that score, right? By the way, you love it. Love it. I mean, that's like their pride and joy of the season. Yeah, whoa, my God, we beat. By the way, like, and it's funny because they're like always talking about how like you guys suck, but yeah, you're so proud.
I mean, like aside from a Bills team that wasn't at that point, who else did they beat?
Well, who do they lose to? Like I said, like look, man, and that's why I said, and with the Raiders, like I could do this game back and forth too, and I get it, and that's why I don't play that because in realistic, like in all like the Raiders are not better than the Ravens, but that game they were. And so I'm never that guy to go back and be like, well, we beat this team and you guys also get, because we could do this whole thing back and forth. Well, the Ravens beat us. Well, we beat KC. Well, the Ravens lost to KC. Well, we beat this team. Well, you lost against that team. We could do this whole back and forth. Who's better? It doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Today's the day. We'll find out. I mean, you keep bringing up the fucking week 4 game. It doesn't make a difference. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Today's a day. So you could the 35-10, if that's what makes you happy, it makes you sleep at night. But I promise you this: if you lose, are you still going to bring up the 35-10 week 4 game? Is that still going to keep you happy at night? Mm-hmm. I promise you it won't. I promise you it won't. So that it means nothing. You get what I'm saying, man? So at the end of the day, and also too, at the end of the day, you haven't accomplished it. We haven't accomplished it. So. Just saying. Let's see.
On the sideline. Jeez.
I will be back. Capital letters again. If losers want to pout, listen, man, you better be back.
Or Cabo recommendation.
Listen, I will hold you to this, bro. Matter of fact, dude, if we win and you're not back, I will clip this motherfucking part of this live stream, and I will throw your ass. I will throw your ass right on YouTube, Cyborg. And I will make you like, dude. I swear to you, I will make you famous. I'll call you out, boy. So you better show up because if we lose, bro, I'll be here. I promise you. All right. So the ball's in your court now to show up or not. All right.
That's it.
So remember, right after the game, I don't want no fucking excuses. You're not here. I'm throwing your ass right on YouTube, bro. You're going right on it as the biggest baby, crybaby, whiner, whatever you are. For not showing up. Rams need to kill Eagles timeout. So what's going on right now in the Rams in this game? Did Puka catch?
They're driving. They're at the 18-yard line right now.
Did he get both fields? So they call it in? Okay.
Yep.
Man, so they need to – so minute 25, 28-22, they need to really work this clock here. You don't want to give Philly the ball back, but yeah, you also want to make sure he scored. Oh, great!
That's what I'm saying. Just worry about scoring a touchdown first. I mean, the defense is
that's
not
true.
Bad all game long.
Sometimes I say that too. I'm with you. Sometimes when like just go for who gives a like. Don't get so caught up in the time. Just try to you gotta let your defense take care of business too. Keep that same energy. I'm keeping. I haven't lost my energy. Like I said, I'll see you after the show, after the game. Right. Like we will talk. I promise you. I'm not going anywhere. All right, let's see here. Ravens have an MVP candidate too, and they do. I get it. Josh Allen has been a favorite for the NFL MVP for much of the year. That's not true. He got about halfway through, maybe a little bit. I want to say most of the year. But Jackson has been up there consistently all year too. And after Jackson was named first team All-Pro by the Associated Press, while Allen receives second team honors, some are questioning whether Allen will win the MVP despite still being the favorite. Jackson has an incredible year, 41 passing touchdowns and just 4 interceptions, a league-leading 119.6 QBR, 915 rushing yards, and another 4 touchdowns on the ground. Defending Jackson both through the air and on the ground is a big task for a defense, especially when you have to account for Henry. The Bills know this and will do their best to keep him in check on Sunday. It's funny, you know what, though? I have noticed, though, a lot of these Ravens fans are not even bringing up Lamar. It's all King Henry. Like, do you guys not have faith in your quarterback? What's going on here? Like, isn't he your, like, I'm just talking about? I'm just throwing that out there. Like, this guy here, this cyborg, has not yet mentioned his unbelievable Lamar Jackson, and that's because you're probably nervous that he will not show up in this game because he has done that in the playoffs. And I'm not talking shit. I'm being realistic here. Yeah. And there's a reason why most Raven fans are not even saying it when they come in here and talk shit. You're saying King Henry. Okay, all right, but just throwing that out there. Lamar has to do his job too, so we'll see. And you remember the last time the Bills played the Ravens in the playoffs. And by the way, that game, I remember a lot of people had the Ravens winning. A lot of people were like, oh, what are the Bills going to do against Lamar Jackson? And we had a game plan, and it worked to a T. So, and I get it.
And they had J.K. Dobbins, and they were dominant to run it just like this.
Yeah, exactly. So, once again, man, look, man, it's put up or shut up. And today's the game, right? Like, there is no more regular season talk. That's why it's funny to me when you guys keep bringing it up. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares at this point in time, man. Nobody cares. So, look, the Rams may pretend. Oh, what happened here? Did he turn the ball over?
No, he got sacked on 3rd and 2, made it 4th and 11. He went to go pass.
Is the game over? Was that 4th? Yeah. Man! Yep. Wow! So that's a wrap, huh? Yep. Game over. Oh, it was a bad throw too.
Yep.
What was the one guy saying? A penalty? He thought he should have been a penalty. Look clean to me. I didn't see much there. So, game over. But, hey, tight game.
Yeah.
Close game. So, it is what it is. Philly moves on. I did have Philly winning this game. And I thought it would be close, to be honest with you. I think I bet the Rams on the points. So, I think I had them like +8. So,
well, Washington fans should be all over Philly now because they beat them in a regular season, right? So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, that's true. Yep. What time is it right now? 6. So we got like 5 more minutes. So we'll quickly end this with this. We'll run through it. 3 keys to Bills' victory over the Ravens. All right. First one, limit explosive runs. We already talked about that. And yes, you need to limit that. Stay steady in pass protection. I agree there too, because they're going to come after Josh for sure. But that could be a bad thing for them. Win the time of possession. I agree with that too. So that's basically the keys to a victory. The offensive line has to do their job. Josh Allen, listen, man, if he continues to play like he's been playing, which is take what the defense has given you. There's no reason to you don't have to play hero ball the whole game. But when we need you to play hero ball, go out there and do your thing. But I would say in the beginning of the game, just take what the defense has been giving you. And Joe Brady, Joe Brady needs to dial up a really good game plan. Hopefully he did. He did against last week. I thought the offense looked smooth except for the red zone. And hopefully he dials up another one this game because they're going to try. Denver tried to do the same thing, get after Josh, and it backfired on them. So it could be the same results as far as if Baltimore tries to send a lot of blitz packages after Josh. So we'll see what happens. So what is your hot takes?
Listen, I think Lamar Jackson is going to really struggle in this game. I think Lamar Jackson is going to really struggle in this game. Yeah. Yeah, listen, they can have Derrick Henry all they want. He's not going to go off. And when you limit Henry and then you also take away the Ravens' best wide receiver and you're forced to play, two number twos essentially. Nelson Aguilar is probably more of a number three, but those are going to be your top guys. Is Bateman and Aguilar. And Tylan Wallace, I think, is the other guy, the speedy guy they're bringing in. He's nowhere near as good as Flowers. You know what I mean? There's a reason he is where he is on the depth chart. So I just from a standpoint of who the Ravens are going to throw to, I think Lamar is going to struggle. He's probably going to end up running more than anything else, and we already saw what that looked like the last time we played them in the playoffs. So these are all reasons why I think the Bills are gonna have a convincing win in this game.
All right, Hugo from Mexico says, "Greetings, go Bills, man! Hey, love it, man, love it. Bills Mafia is everywhere." Now here's once again, come on, bro, 45-3. Are you serious right now, dude? Like now I know you. Okay. Yeah, like come on, bro. Like 3, really? You're gonna? I can't even comment anymore with you. Just see me after the game. We'll talk. Is it snowing in Buffalo? Is it? Look out that window there. Yep, it is. It is. King Aramis says it, so it's snowing. He's not ready for the weather, bro. I promise. Buffalo is a different world. It is absolutely, absolutely. Who is this guy? Which guy? This guy is Cyborg. I don't know. He's some guy. But I'm this guy, and that's that guy. So,
bro, you came ready today, man.
Let's get this dub. All right, so let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Everybody in the chat. What is your score prediction? We already got it from Cyborg, who apparently thinks we're only going to get 3 points at home, but okay. Anyways, go ahead, King Aramis. What is your score prediction today?
So I got the Bills winning this one 31-21. I think it's going to be a game with the Ravens chasing all day long, and it's going to look a lot like how the Chiefs game looked, very tight, but the Bills are going to be in control the whole game, and, we'll get the victory.
This guy's funny. Now he's putting Lamar. Now you're loving Lamar. After I mentioned you haven't mentioned Lamar, now you love Lamar. Okay. Buffalo 31-24. What was your score? I'm sorry. I just this guy's throwing me off. What was your score?
You good. 31-21.
31-21. Wow, you're close to mine. I had it 30-21.
Nice.
Yeah, very close to mine. So Logan coming in with a 40 burger, 42-22. The only reason I'm not going to go real high scoring is because of the weather. Yeah. That's why I'm keeping it around that 30 range. Yep. Chief says 31-30 Ravens. Okay, see, that's more real. I respect that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, 3 points.
I would still take that all day.
Jason 34-21. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you. But he had the Ravens winning. He had the Ravens, I think. Where was that score? 42-20.
Oh, he said 31-30 Ravens. Oh.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I mean, all right, we're not. See, he changed his mind there. See here. 32-17. Okay. Gonna miss those hot chances. It's not currently snowing, says Spin. I don't know. So, Spin, are you in Buffalo? Look, let's see. Let's see. We're gonna look again.
It's a little dark. Babe, dark. Is it still snowing out there?
We got a live report here.
It's not.
No, it's not. Huh? You see? Live reporting. You won't get that anywhere else but here. Live.
Hey, babe, is it still snowing out there?
Let me check in my weather first. Live weather. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
With the weather report. Hey, Aramis, how's it going out there? Hey, babe.
Yeah. Can you go outside real quick and tell me how the wind is? She comes back in. It's windy as fuck. It's windy here. All right, good. All right, 28-31 winning field goal. Please don't. If that, Callie, don't do that to me because it ain't that. Will it, Kenny? Oh, no.
I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, I couldn't either, man. How hard is the wind blowing? Go ahead. Can you let her ask her how the wind is blowing? No. Where's your weather advisory? Just hit my TV. I'm on our way. It's coming. And we are going to watch the game now. So, guys, Bills Mafia, you guys rule every single one of you guys that were in the chat today, including The Ravens fans are held up. I appreciate you guys for showing up, watching us. We will be, me and Mikey will be post game right after the game. So you're more than welcome to join us, including you Ravens fans who said you'll be back. So I'm holding you to that. Win or lose, we will be here. So we are out here. Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. Peace.
Go Bills.
Peace.